Good morning, Dustin Troyan here at Supercar Sunday, brought to you by Porsche Woodland Hills, and we're going to tell you why we call it Supercar Sunday. This is just an average day. The event just started, and we'll do a quick walk around. I'm getting everybody shot, including this young man. Just an average day at Supercar Sunday. We'll come over here, get this incredible V12 Ferrari. Yes, very good. We have Jeff's Lambo. So, Porsche Woodland Hills, thank you. The event just started and filled up nicely. People are still coming in, and we've got James GT3 RS. One of the original Supercar Sunday folks. Always had an exotic, always having fun.
Yeah, always great show. We appreciate
for years, decades.
Yeah.
So, there you go. More to come. Supercar Sunday. Happy people, cool cars, life's good. Back here at Supercar Sunday, and a very special car came in, driven by a very special person. And when I saw it and heard it pulling in, I thought, who the heck is driving that in? And lo and behold, is my dear friend Sandy, who's come to Supercar Sunday for about 20 years. And every year in December, right around December, he prints one of these up, makes it at home for Motor for Toys to present to me to share with the car world about the toy drive in December. So, who are you? What do you do? Tell us about this car. I mean, you're a diehard car guy.
I am, and I've been for many, many years. I'm retired, so it's time to give back to the community, go out and have my fun with my toys. I just got this Ferrari about 2.5 months ago. Not the best way, but I've got it, and I've been taking it out once a week. I've come by here many, many years, bringing my different cars. I have a small collection, but this is the latest.
Unbelievable. So tell our viewers what it is.
This is a 1967 330 GTS Ferrari. It's got a V12 in it, 4-liter Colombo engine, triple Weber carburetors. It was my brother's car for 40 years. It lived at the beach, well maintained, driven every week, and I'm just continuing the tradition.
When you came in, Sandy, I could hear the engine, and it sounds so clean and so tight. And I kept saying to myself, is that a Ferrari coming? Because it was kind of a distance away. And you don't see 60s Ferraris driven regularly. The car's absolutely spectacular. What is it like to drive a car like this?
It's really fun. It's a real easy car to drive. It's a little bit scary taking it on the streets of LA, the value of it, and you've got the crazy drivers out here. So, but I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. And now a lot of people, it's a gated car. We'll take a look at the interior. So a lot of people say it's hard to drive a gated stick shift, right? I've heard that over the years, and I've driven them, and I didn't know what people were talking about when they say that. What's your experience?
Exactly what you just said. I've heard it for years and years. It's more difficult, and I find it actually a lot easier to drive. You don't miss a shift. It's almost impossible to miss a shift in a gated shift.
And this car, it has the 330 on the back. What does that signify?
The Ferraris don't usually put the model numbers on the cars. The 330 is the size of the cylinder. You multiply it by 12 and you come out with your 4 liters.
Interesting. Interesting. Let's take a look at this engine. Wow, my buddy Jay was just here and he's saying it's amazing how they can stuff a V12 into, you know, a short wheelbase car, basically, right?
Yes. It's their race engine. And they originally had 3 liters and then they went up to 4 liters. It's rated at about 350 horsepower.
Wow.
And it's a small car.
Unbelievable. You know, this is the car that dreams are made of. If you're a car guy, car gal, I mean, to drive this down PCH during the summer,
yep,
that's what dreams are made of. I mean, sincerely.
Exactly. Except you don't want to do it with the beach traffic.
Yeah.
Would you like me to start it up so
yeah,
your
absolutely.
viewers can hear it?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this car is absolutely magnificent. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. That sounds so good. It even smells good. That exhaust even smells good, Sandy. You know, you probably know this because you have some cool cars, but this is a car that when you drive it is going to inspire. People are going to smile. People are going to have memories of the first time they saw one, or their grandfather had one, or knew somebody, or they washed one, or detailed one, or worked on one. But I think it couldn't get into better hands than yours.
Thank you.
I'm glad it stayed in the family, and you'll be the caretaker of it for a lot of years to come.
Absolutely.
And I'm grateful for you to bring it out to Supercar Sunday. This is what Supercar Sunday is about. Cars like this, but more importantly, people like you.
Thank you, Dustin. Thank you for putting on the show and the Motor for Toys.
My pleasure, and maybe you'll bring that to Motor for Toys.
That's my plan. Fill it with toys.
Love it. We'll see you then, December 3rd. Thank you, Sandy. So Sandy's just a absolute wonderful, wonderful human being. And, you know, I always say I'm lucky to know the people I know. What a car. Good morning, everybody. Dustin Troyan at Supercar Sunday, and my dear friend Sandy came in today. And for the last, how many years?
13 years.
13 years, you show up at Supercar Sunday, and you have this printed up to promote Motor for Toys. You do it on your own. I don't ask. And then for Motor for Toys, you bring about 15, 20 of your buddies with cars filled with toys. Sandy, why do you do it?
Well, we have to give back to the community. My business was based around kids, so no better way than to give back. This last year, I gave a record number of 900 toys, and I'm going for more this year.
Unbelievable. You know, folks, this is what makes Motor for Toys and Supercars so amazing. It's people like Sandy who take it upon themselves to help change the world. That's what you're doing. That's what you've done all these years. I appreciate you. I respect you. I love you. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Dustin. You put on the show.
Come out to Motor for Toys, December 3rd, Pierce College, brought to you by Porsche Woodland Hills, and you'll see so many happy people doing a great thing. That's why we do it. See you there. Good morning. Dustin Troyan back here at Supercar Sunday, and again, this is one of the reasons we call it Supercar Sunday. And Jeff, you're kind of known as Mr. Mura.
Yep, I repair these. I've been repairing these for, what, 25 years. I've worked on 65 or 70 of them.
Wow, that many.
Yeah. So this is my personal car. I bought it in 1985. It's an all-original paint and the interior. Wow. So basically what you're seeing is the way it came out of the factory.
Unbelievable.
The motor, I rebuilt the engine, I don't know, 30 years ago.
Wow.
And I've been having fun with it ever since.
And it was a Los Angeles car? You found it in Los Angeles, or did you have to travel for it?
I found it in Georgia.
Georgia. And you had to why did you pick this over, say, a Ferrari or a Corvette? What about a Mura spoke to you?
when you look at this car, in my opinion, it's the most beautiful car in the world. It's just incredible. It's V12 power. It's the engine's in the back, 5-speed transmission, revs to 8,000 RPM.
Wow.
What gets better than that? So,
And what's the response from people when you're driving it on the road?
a lot of times people will pull up next to me and they'll go, "What is that?"
Right.
A Lamborghini Miura, and they get like, okay. They have no clue what it is.
You know, Sandy just brought in this Ferrari, and I was telling him, you know, a lot of people, unless you're a car person, don't know what they're looking at. You know, is that it's just a little silver sports car. They don't know what it is. And I think with Lamborghini, a lot of people think of the Countach and the Diablo and the more modern stuff with a big wing that are very ostentatious, very loud. And this is, I mean, this is a time, I mean, this is poetry. This is moving poetry.
That's right. It sure is.
Well, thank you for always coming out.
I've enjoyed every minute that I've owned it, and I really appreciate that I got the chance to actually own one of these when they were affordable.
Yeah.
Now I couldn't even pay the sales tax. So.
Yeah, it's you know, I was with a mutual friend of ours, another Jeff that has one, and
Oh, Jeff Meyer.
yeah, we're looking at some cars.
I'm the one that brought that motor back to life.
And you know, everybody in this world holds you in such high regard, and you are the true north when it comes to Miuras. You're the guy. And just, you know, appreciate you being out here all these years and sharing and driving the car, because people don't see these cars, and you know, it's inspirational to walk up and to see a car like this with a cool guy like you, see Sandy's Ferrari there, another cool guy, and we're just sharing our passion. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you for always being here.
Yep.
So again, you know, the reason I do Supercar Sunday is you get guys like Jeff who just pull up in an unbelievable car and they just park it and walk around.
So in theory, it has a little bit more vibration because it's not a 6 angle. And I can't remember the angle of what a V8 and what a
I talked to Giugiaro last October, and we were fighting about what his best design was.
Oh, wait a minute, I couldn't hear you.
I was talking to Giugiaro last October.
Oh.
And we were fighting about what his best design was. Strada and Euro. And he said he leaned to Strada.
Really?
I said, wow, that's, you know, then I had a good choice.
I would have not guessed that.
Yeah. That's what he said. And he actually he said golf.
All right, so we're back here at Supercar Sunday, brought to you by Porsche Woodland Hills. And my good friend Alec, how long have you been coming to the car show, Supercar Sunday?
Since 2007, 16 years.
Has it been that long?
Back at Roasters.
Wow, we were kids.
Yeah.
We were kids.
I think I was 28 or 9 when I started the show.
Wow. So, you know, he's one of the originals, and you followed your passion between film and art, cars and people. And you have a name in the collector car world that, particularly with BMWs, that is unsurpassed in the modern era for capturing the essence of amazing cars and also helping owners sell the cars and put them in the hands of people who are going to be caretakers for posterity of the vehicles. Does that sound about right?
That last part came later on. It all originally started, of course, passion for cars. I always loved cars, and then started shooting music videos and commercials. And, over the years, I was shooting a lot of cars in my music videos and things. And of course, any extra money that was made, it was always bought and lost money on cars and what have you. But you were enjoying it, always modifying, doing crazy things. One day, one of my friends said, you know, you playing so many cars and you know how to make films, why don't you make a combination of these two? And what happened was I joined Petrolicious, the former company that used to make films for classic cars, and for about 6 months or so to 9 months we did about a dozen films together with them. And then the next step in development was a friend of mine said, why don't you do this for auctions, these passionate love stories that you make in films? Because one thing with classic cars is years of history,
Sure.
of ownership, love, care, you know, especially say in the case of a car like this, Austria, Germany, USA, that's 50 years of history. So I combined classic car custodianships, ownerships, together with the history of the car, and we began making these emotional films for the auctions so that the next custodian could relate to the car and the owner and bring better, say, results.
So you know, what a lot of people do when they sell cars is they'll write a really nice story, get some pictures, maybe they pay a professional to take pictures. He takes it one step further where he captures the entire history of the car as best he can on film and the owners, and tells the story. You know, here's your provenance. Here, it's a visual, it's a video, you can have a posterity if you pass the car on, but the quality is 5-star. You know, it's a real production, and that adds a lot of selling value, but also something you can hand to the next owner. And so what do you have today? You called me and said you're bringing something special.
It's a 1974 3.0 CSL coupe, one of only 167 factory Batmobile kit, as I said, homologations. So this is one of the first 110 Series 1. Restored in Germany between 2017-18 up to 19, and it was not restored to full factory exact spec. It was modified to some degree, different wheels, 5-speed dog leg, different heads, a little bit more for performance-based car rather than just strictly pure factory. And then something interesting has happened because we have it on auction this week. Was we found out that the engine engine block had been changed, and then we found the original one.
Wow.
At the shop where it was restored. So we went and during this week and got that original engine block as well. So it's a different block in here, but
you have the
we
originals.
also have the original.
Nice.
So
well, that's not uncommon. That's pretty common actually.
So it was. We didn't know that, but now we know, and we want to thank the E9 enthusiast community who taught us that.
Unbelievable.
One thing I need everybody to know is I don't make these history films just to fluff the car up. It's based on a good car, good ownership, and good history of the car. The car is good. If it's not, we make them good first. We restore them or rejuvenate the car or make sure all the mechanicals are correct before I make the film or the photos. So it's not like a fake fluff job.
Right. Well, but your reputation is golden, and I've watched you over the years that you're, you know, opinion leader, particularly in the BMW world, and cars from all over the world now. Carlos from all over the world send cars to you to get them up to speed, to then have you create this documentation, video documentation, and then they go to auction, right? So how can people find you if they want to see your films?
Cartiologyfilms.com or on social media, or bring your trailer, Alec Cartier.
So we'll take a quick walk around. Whenever he gets something special, send me a text a couple days in advance. Hey, I'm going to bring something special. When he pulled in, there was literally about 100 people around this car, and I've actually never seen one of these in person. Unbelievable.
Never had one.
Unbelievable. Now, so once again, this is why we call it Supercar Sundays. Over the years, so many wonderful people have come to the event and continue to come, and they evolve, right? They evolve, they follow their passions. Like you're a great illustration of someone who followed their passion for cars and people and film, and created this cottage industry based off your reputation, your knowledge, and what you can do to cars. And you're having a lot of fun. A lot of work, but a lot of fun, right?
A lot of fun, a lot of work.
And people all over the world now know who you are, right? Safe to say, right? Unbelievable. Alec, thank you for always being out here, sharing everything.
Thank you for 20 years of Supercar Sunday.
My pleasure. Another great day. Good morning. So we're having so much fun here today at Supercar Sunday, brought to you by Porsche Woodland Hills, and it's just a fantastic day. And a good friend brought in this LaFerrari, and I've known this guy for over 20 years, and he's one of the kindest people you'll ever meet. Just a really wonderful, wonderful human being, and he's really done a lot for a lot of people, and he knows what I'm talking about if he sees this video. But Admiral, man, someone you want to be like, not because of this, but because of who he is. I dare say if more people were like this guy, the world would be a much better place. So again, this is what puts the super in Supercar Sunday. You never know who or what's going to pull in, and when he pulled in, people went absolutely nuts. So another great day. You know, I've been doing this event for so long, and what you got to realize is it's about the cars, but it's about the people, right?
Yeah.
It's about the people. How long have you been coming to the show?
Probably at least 10 years.
At least 10 years. That's why we do it. We come out here, we have a great time, we share our friends, share our passions. But Supercar Sunday. You know, we've got this Ferrari here, V12 Ferrari there, GT2 RS, 3 RS, another 2 RS over there, classic Chevys. Great day.
Great show. I can't handle any more of this.
So I'd help somebody move a car real quick, but here's the fun part. Vintage V12 Ferrari, and then back to a LaFerrari. So, another great day at the show. We'll thank everybody who comes out, makes it happen.
Okay, I want motor shots too, okay? 67.
Unbelievable.
I missed the old body style.
As good as it gets right there from Ferrari. As good as it gets. So, gotta love Supercar Sunday. Bringing people together. Wonderful community.